You should, meaning you've based it on top of. So where did that should come from? Who gave you all this should? Who is the owner of the should?
Hi, my name is Omotayo. Welcome to my bed. Like, how did it make you feel to have that kind of support? The moment when you decided, okay, I'm going to actually do this, like, what was that process?
So, my husband is an entrepreneur, meaning I had to be very mindful, generally speaking. Or I feel, and it's not just about him being an entrepreneur. It's about being responsible, generally speaking. Because what it means, if I say that I'm not actively earning, there is an added pressure that means for him. And so first of all, I wanted to even be clear on what that looked like. So that's part of what took time. I needed for us to agree that there was a position of stability that we would get to. Because it's not just two of us. There's a kid who did not ask us question. She came and met and said, give me. It took a while for it to register to me, generally speaking. I will tell you the truth. Just for the fact that, like I said, I've always been working. Firstborn daughter and everything that comes with that as well. So knowing that, okay, I'm now going to be, well, not fully reliant, but for the most part, it took a bit for me to get to that point. Even when I thought that, okay, things were still taking shape in his business, he was ready to, do what he needed to do to get me to be able to have what we had agreed, or he had even understood without my agreeing that I needed. And I won't lie, for many reasons that are, as my growing up, and just it was difficult to accept in the beginning, which sometimes we really need to fight. It's like, I don't understand. I told you to do this thing, and I've told you that it's okay, and you are not taking this, and you're just here. It has been freeing to accept. I'm still accepting it. It's a daily thing. I've not gotten there. I also have to realize, it's what I told me. He said, you've been working longer than I have. Do you know? And you've not stopped. It's not a problem. Just whatever it is that you want to do. What was freeing about it was not so much so, oh, don't worry, I'll cover for you, I'll cover for the whole family, we don't have to worry about money. That was him saying, it's not about your success in this thing. It's about the fact that you even have room to try. And I'm very happy to give you the room. So it wasn't like, sitting there expecting output. It's like anything can happen.
No, that's
Anything can happen.
It's the room to try, not expecting.
Not like,
oh yeah, what's your game plan? Where's your book or your film?
Oh yeah, what's your game plan? No. For me, that has been, because that's my person now. It's not, which is why I told my mom, say yes, by the way. My dad had not told me because, my husband is away. I hope that's okay. That is generally okay. And that was what was freeing. Because it's like, looking, if you don't do anything, like you are just chilling, you are resting, and then you now say you want to go back to that work that you did before, it's okay. But you tried. Not like immediately he said it, everything clicked. But that was the most comforting aspect of it for me. Not because, I don't want there to be any demands made of me, but I really want the room. I realized that constantly there are expectations, some unspoken, most spoken, that I'm trying to work towards. None of them are my own. Well, some of them are my own, but shaped on other people's. I say a lot of should and should and should. And I don't remember who was that asking, should? Who gave you all this should? Who is the owner of the should? You should, meaning you've based it on top of. So where did that should come from? And it's not so much, the should is not valid. But you need to validate the source of the should. Let it stand so that you are not killing yourself for something that you can't even embrace if it comes. It is not legitimate to your journey. It is not legitimate to your season. It is not legitimate. It is should based on, this is what everybody has said. This is what you've seen. This is what, like, these goals that we see. I'm happy for them. I really appreciate them. They are working in the ecosystem for people, including myself. I can see that, okay, this is possible. But right now, in order for me to visualize this thing, my own version of it,
The world was created as an ecosystem, meaning everything survives on something else. Meaning everybody has to work at their God-given pace at the time and in their season for everybody else to work. And so,
No, I like how you said that. First, everybody survives on everybody else.
yeah.
And everybody has to work at their own pace, in their own path, for everything else to work.
Mm-hmm.
That is to say that for as long as you are out of your place, it is not working right.
The mess you are creating is exponential. It's not just you. Accepting that there are systems and there are people, and people need people to survive.
Yeah.
And that is the truth. Even to thrive. Community, it was a word that flashed in my mind last year or so. It comes and goes, especially the more secluded I become. And that's another thing that was happening. I out of touch. I mean, even in my out of touch spaces, I believe that, life is in seasons. I said that. So those seasons have their uses, they have their importance, they have what they come to achieve, where maybe you've been out there and then you come into yourself. But it wasn't happening like that. It was a situation whereby I didn't have any sense of community. And you need that to pour into you as well. Because sometimes some rubbish is going to happen to you and community is going to cover you. It was in that season that I met you and that we started having conversation. I actively reached out to you. And I can admit, it's not the easiest thing as an adult. And that's probably where all this just be on your own thing has come from. Because
I promise
it's
you,
hard.
I appreciate it so much. It's really hard. I promise you, I really appreciated it. And you're such a sweetheart. It's rare to find people who connect. Another layer of this that I wanted to talk about is if you can't connect when you're not your real self, it's in me being authentic that I've actually found my true community.
Like I said, it's a season thing. I'm partly like who I used to be before, not just childbirth, not even just before quitting my job, before marriage. It's like there's so many fundamental things that have happened that have just caused me to, I think, say, are you responding as you ought to? And not as people expect you to, but as you ought to. And it's not so that you are responding and things are happening easier, but you're able to stand stronger. That is not. I just want to be able to stand stronger. I want to be okay I want to stand convicted. I want to be convicted of what I'm doing. And I don't think I've had that. I'm working because I did HR because what? Like your experience, I originally told my dad I wanted to counsel kids in school. And I mean, some valid points were made. Like, he doesn't see it as a revenue generating, it's not economically viable. I wanted to be a counselor, period. And I just come out of studying business and finance, first of all. So my counselor accountant dad is like, I think I used the word life coach. And in hindsight, I mean, shortly after I realized, okay, that was highly premature because how many of the life have I seen by that time that I want to coach another person? Doesn't make sense. You have to have seen life to coach anybody through life. But I think how I rationalized it then was I really wanted to talk to kids, especially in like at that decision making period of secondary school / going into university. Just like, yo, she's real out here, man. Some factors that considering are not necessary. Check it for me. But he wasn't like, you can't move you want to talk to people, you want to be about people, you want to care about people and they're good, go and do it. And I got into it. I was worried about genuinely the economy of the nation, our workforce, the labor market. Those were genuine concerns I had, but I had many concerns about many other things. I did try many things. I tried farming. I tried going into farming. I tried going into transport. I was discouraged from doing any of those things, to be honest. It's like, look, you will be exposed to failure. That was the general messaging. You would be exposed. It wasn't even you would be exposed to failure. I was literally being introduced to people that had failed, to ward me off and say, yo, don't do this. When I wanted to do farming, you don't do this. And one thing I particularly admire about people that are just, that's why I say stand strong. I felt like if I had such a strong sense of self then, that I wouldn't care, even if it was an authority figure, I would just be like those people that would just venture out. And if it means I have to, like, knowing something like I believe in this thing, I would die to self pursuing it because I believe so much in it. And I didn't even understand or see or wasn't really surrounded by that kind of thinking or that kind of vision, that kind of. And I did not now know what that was for me because even things that were I genuinely loved, they were seen as distractions or by the wayside, things like that, things to not be pursued, things that are unserious. And that just the existential crisis has been for a very long time. And I'm just like, is this how we are going to keep going? That look, 40 is coming like this. If I want to meet that 40 and I have my wits about me, I have to figure it out now. I have a child and I have to figure it out. Because this one, you are the first God that your kid knows. What you give them, there are so many strongholds are such a real thing. And where do they come from? They come from
your mommy and your daddy. Quite
they
frankly.
come from your mommy and your daddy, bro.
Yep.
Like, let's not even.
Yep.
And God bless my parents. But you see, there are some struggles that I'm 35. I've known that there are struggles for more than 10 years. And I'm still like this. I still mentioned it in my therapist office. We tears in my eyes, and she's still seeing it like it's something we have to treat urgently. I'm like, oh, do you know where we are from home? And it's crazy. And I'm just like, yo, I'm not God, but I know that I'm modeling a lot of things for you. Regardless of how she's picking things up. She doesn't know about things that will just key in when she's older. And I'm like, I don't want to. Life is not linear. You could end up in a therapist chair. You could not. It's not linear. I can sit down here and plan in life for you. And it's not gonna happen that way. It is all by the grace of God. So what I want to ensure is that at your very core, at your very foundation, you know when the Bible says, teach your child the way that he should go, and he will not depart from it. I realize that it's not necessarily that, teach your child to be good today and they will always be good. No. There's something that will always, that thing, it's not necessarily, it's the good and bad things that you teach your kids, one. And it is those things that guide the thread of their life. They are responding to what you have taught them, and that is how they are going. And you want to pray that their response is the best one that allows them to live authentically to themselves. I realize it is irresponsible of me to not try. It's easier to have this thing at the back of your mind because I've done it easily. Something is harassing you at the back of your mind. This is not complete. This is not right. You need to grow this. You need to look into this. You need to try this. And you don't answer. You never answer. That is irresponsible. That is the stiffening of your neck. That is the breaking of your soul. It is suicide in the worst way. And my prayer is that I don't belabor my heart and my mind with the cares and worries of the world, because that's very key.
Yeah.
And I pursue my authenticity, even with how sensitive it is, because I won't lie, there's a fear of, my husband married me like this, my child met me like this, and then I'm not pursuing authenticity. Where is that going to take me? And how different is it going to be for them? And is it going to be something that they are all going to be able to accept and love? I don't know. I don't know. It is my prayer that it is something, but it's a real concern, like where this is evolution that's taking. Where is it gonna take me?
I really hope you guys are enjoying this conversation as much as I did. Just remember that if you have any questions, any comments, anything you don't want to share down below, please feel free to send me an email at heyomotayo@gmail.com. That's HEYOMOTAYO@gmail.com. You can also send me a DM on Instagram. Until the next video, see you in bed soon. Bye.